Is your team, your opportunity, a home for some or for everyone? Meaning, is everybody going to feel at home in your team or not truly? That is, in my humble opinion, common upline mistake number 3. And today we're going to tackle it. I'm going to give you some food for thought. And in case that's been happening on your team, what you might do differently now. And if you're new and just don't have a huge team yet and everybody is at home yet, awesome, because that's the best place to start from for avoiding this kind of mistakes. I'm excited you're here. Hello and welcome. Say hi if you're on live with me here. If you're joining me later on the replay, say hi as well. My name is Katrin from bloomwithkatrin.com, and I'm coming live today to you from the beautiful town of Linz in Austria. It's a beautiful day. I hope it's the same weather for you. And I'm here because I love helping networkers grow an active team online with joy, with confidence, and also with soul and our mind as well, okay? And it's important, wouldn't you agree, to avoid mistakes that are avoidable. Now, before I get into this, this is not to criticize anybody. This is just my personal experience, and I actually watched a video by John Melton the other day, and I thought that was so true what he was sharing. So I can't wait to bring this to you. But here's my story with this. When I got started in our beautiful industry, I was a product lover. I didn't want to have anything to do with the business side for years, actually, because of the culture that I saw in the team that I was in at the time. And that team culture was kind of everybody was welcome, but you could see and feel that there are people that were more welcome, shall I say, to the leaders than others, okay? And that had obviously to do with what we wanted to achieve with our goals, okay? And me, at the time, I was happy in my part-time job. I was happy with having my therapeutic practice on the side. I wasn't looking for another plan C in my case, right? At the time, things have changed since then, of course, but still, I could feel that I was looked down on a little for not wanting success badly enough, okay? Let me know whether you can relate. Tap on the heart if this is something that you maybe have experienced as well. Or maybe that's happening on your team as well, right? So there's like classes of people on the team. Now, as your team grows, it is important to, remember that we only have so much time, and that we obviously want to spend our time and energy and focus and attention with the right kind of people. That's not to devalue people who don't want it bad enough. And I think that's my main point here, is people will always, remember how we make them feel, right? We know that from social media, and it's the same thing on our team. So let's take a look at the team culture, and let's not make this mistake, which is to only work with what John Melton called, and I'm going to cite this, quote this so I don't get it wrong, right? So you want to have people who are high production, meaning they do the do, and they are low maintenance, meaning they need not so much attention, shall I say, right? So that's at least John Melton's view on this, right? But here's the thing. That's obviously something that we want to do, but we don't want to have people feel bad, or we don't want to make people feel bad for not having those huge goals that you and I maybe have, right? So what might we do? And I'm going to give you some really specific ideas that you can work with, that you can implement right away, and I can't wait to bring those to you. But here's that's like the mistake part of it, right? That's a little bit looking down on people, making them feel bad for not wanting it badly enough, right? On your team training, really pushing people hard and always going, for the push, and for this is to change lives, and you got a moral obligation and all that kind of thing. People are welcome on our teams, wouldn't you agree? Because here's the thing, 90% of the people you enroll are not actually don't actually want out of their job, because many are actually either comfortable or okay with where they are at. And I can attest to this, because that's definitely where I was a few years ago, okay? So it's not necessarily I'm going to give you the cold hard truth all the time that's actually going to motivate these people. And I'm going to give you an analogy to hopefully have this make more sense for you. So let's just imagine that you're in your spare time, in your free time, you like to go swimming, okay? And that's like a hobby, and you like doing it and feels good, and whenever you have time you do it, right? Can you relate to, maybe people come to mind on your team who work their business like that? And be okay with that if that is their goal. Obviously you want to have a conversation with them, and you want to stay in touch with your personally enrolled, so you know where their goals are, so you can actually help them achieve them, right? So here's the thing, as you, and definitely it was me, right? I was a hobby business owner, 100%, right? I would talk to people about the products because I loved them, but that's about it. And then as you grow and as you develop, okay, you rank up and you'll get different levels of training. At least in my previous company, that was the case. And so you would have all of a sudden somebody who used to be a part-time hobby kind of swimming person, right? They would now move up the professional athlete ladder, if you wish. And now all of a sudden they'll have different mentorship, they'll have different coaching, they'll be talked to differently, and they're going to be motivated and so pumped to do things. And now they go back, they want to become the professional swimmer, right? Which in real athletics you can't do, right? You can't decide in your mid-40s to now become all of a sudden a professional swimmer, right? It won't necessarily happen for most people. In networking, things are completely different. You can change your goal anytime, which is part of the beauty of what we do, isn't it? So here's the thing. So you're moving up that, I'm going to be that professional athlete kind of ladder, and you're being pumped with different sort of level of mentorship and trainings and stuff. And now you go back to your team. And here's where the mistake happens. Now you take what you learned, what you enjoy, what's pumping you up, and you take that energy to your hobby swimming people who like to do this kind of, but really they enjoy being part of the team, they enjoy the products, and they're happy with that. And when you come to them with that kind of high level energy, it's not necessarily going to motivate them, okay? For most people, it's actually going to demotivate them, okay? So let me know if this makes sense so far, because I think this is a major mistake that happens, that we don't do on purpose. It's just what happens as long as we're not aware of this, okay? So here's what I would like to invite you to think of and to think about and maybe put into practice. So always remember, who am I talking to? Have a conversation on a regular basis with your personally enrolled, okay? And that's going to duplicate. If you do that, maybe your team culture is different right now, and you can see the point in what I'm saying. Now, how might you implement that? Well, start with the people you've personally enrolled. Have a conversation with them on an ongoing basis. Once a month, get together with them. Make a plan of action for them, right? So what is it you would like to achieve? How can I help you achieve this? Okay, let's set up together a plan of action for your daily method of operation, right? How powerful is that? And then also have a way of have them track what it is that they do. So next month you can actually come back to this and you can see, okay, and they can see as well, this is what I've been doing. Is this congruent to what I want to go? Is this going to make me achieve my goal? If so, awesome, right? Let's continue doing that. So that's what you can do with your personally enrolled. You can be the role model, and it's gonna duplicate on your team, which is what we want, don't we? However large or small the team is at this point. So, and then also, and here's what John Melton said, and I really, really love this. So I had to write this down. I'm gonna quote it so I don't get it wrong, okay? He said, recognition is huge, but don't only recognize rank advancements and things you can see in your back office, right? But recognize what you want to see more of, meaning activity as well, right? So by all means, celebrate the huge milestones as somebody moves up the, going from the swimming hobby swimmer place and up the ladder to the top athlete, right? Absolutely celebrate each milestone. But how about this? How about we recognize in our team chats, in our team Facebook groups, on our profiles, on the people's profiles, in our Facebook stories or Instagram stories, whatever you might do, how about we recognize the activity we would love to duplicate or to see duplicate on our team, right? So maybe it's bringing in 10 new people to our ATM group, right? Air tag message group, if you're familiar with that strategy. Celebrate somebody and recognize them for doing their first live video, for doing their first curiosity post, for doing their first TikTok, their first reel, whatever it might be, right? Celebrate these things as well, acknowledge them. And here's the thing, I actually do that on my team, and I really celebrated that quite openly as well. And I had a lady reach out to me the other day and was like, Katrin, you can't believe how long I've been in this industry, and nobody ever before on the previous teams and companies she was with did that for her. And I was like, yeah, that's how come that you're now on a different team, you're now with a different company, okay, where we do these things. Because honestly, to me, that's one of the most beautiful aspects of what we do, right? We get to help people feel valued and appreciated, often for the first time in their lives, right? So how cool is that? So you could also do incentives for certain goals or for certain activities, right? Maybe it's reaching out to 5 people on your chicken list, right? Do an incentive around that, okay? If you reach out from today till, we meet again, or maybe over the weekend, whatever it might be, to 5 people on your chicken list, right? So the people you're a bit scared to talk to, okay? In case you're not familiar with the term, I wasn't, right? You might do, your name might be entered into a draw for a gift card, something like that, or for some free product, whatever might apply. Also, you could do something like a shout out, within the team, because as your team grows, you're going to have cross-line people in there, right? How do you get them, to work together, to collaborate, to celebrate, to have each other's backs? For example, and this is something that John Melton shared, and I really, really love that idea. I'm definitely going to go for that in my team, is acknowledge somebody in your cross line for helping you, for inspiring you, for something that you appreciate about them, okay? That's a team culture I want to nurture. Let me know your thoughts, okay? Can't wait to hear them. So, wrapping this up, make sure that your team is a home for everybody. Make sure you know people's goals, so you can be the person who, especially with your personally enrolled, role model that for them to do with their personally enrolled, and on and on and on, right? So it duplicates beautifully in your team. Be the person who works with these people on their specific, unique plan of action that's going to get them to their goal, because that's what this is about, right? And if they're happy, just being on the team and having fun on the team, make them feel that that's okay, because at the end of the day, it truly is. Wouldn't you agree, right? So if you're going like, well, Katrin, it all sounds good, but that sounds like a lot of work, I really don't have time for this, I've got something for you. And that's my 3 best strategies that help me not be a hot mess every single day building my business on social, on top of everything else that's going on in my life. Can anybody relate? Hit the heart button, right? So I've got 3 strategies for you that are going to help you build your business bigger with less time, actually, and more joy on the journey. So if that's something that you resonate with, I'm going to put the link down below later on, and if for some reason it doesn't work, just put strategies down below and I'm sure to send it over to you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Let me know your main takeaways, and I can't wait to see you on the next training. Until then, enjoy putting into practice what you learned, what you liked, and so you don't forget, put it down below as well. So looking forward to chatting with you, looking forward to seeing you on the next training. All the best.